Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. I'm your host, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to game week, Virginia Tech week. Finally, man, it was a long bye week last week, but FSU used that opportunity to get healthy and hopefully work on some things. So in this video, we're going to look at the Virginia Tech offense. Virginia Tech's coming off a big win over Pitt this past weekend, and another dual threat quarterback, and going to look at some film and see if Adam Fuller can stop the dual threat quarterback, which is Kyron Drones, who was a former blue chip recruit in the 2021 class, originally signed with Baylor. Actually, he was number 263 overall in the composite, but 247 Sports had him as the number 130 overall prospect in that particular class. 6'2", 234 pounds. Big dude, man. So, but you'll see whenever we show the footage that, he's the majority of their offense. But before we go any further, man, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If this is your first time, I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity. Those of you that have been rocking with me, you know what it is. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. We finally hit 100 likes in the last video, and it did very well. So really appreciative of that. So if you could go ahead and like this, man, it's going to be good content as always. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. One other thing to look for will be Virginia Tech's running back by the name of Behavior Tootin. Very physical runner. So just to give you some context. So Kyron Drones, the quarterback, was 12 of 19 for 228 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was 21. He had 21 carries for 41 yards, 2 touchdowns, a long of 18. So he's not a blazer. He's not a Jaden Daniels type dude that can just run away from you. But he's a bruiser. He'll try to run you over. Same with a running back. Running back runs really physical. You'll see that in the first couple of plays here coming up. So this is the very first play on Virginia Tech's offensive possession against Pittsburgh here. You'll see a lot of their offense. They want to try to get the edge. So your defensive ends and your safeties are going to be really big in this particular game coming up for FSU. And we know that safety has been an eyesore of sorts for FSU since Akeem Denton has been out. I know Mike Novell said that Akeem Denton's looking better, so we'll see if he gets into this game this upcoming weekend. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So first play, you see they'll try to get this guy out on the edge. And this cornerback blows this up here, beats this block and makes a tackle. Makes a tackle for a loss there. And so that's one thing too. So Pitt lived on the other side of the line of scrimmage in this game. They had 12 tackles for a loss in this game. And still Virginia Tech was something crazy of like 9 of 18 on third downs. And ran the ball 59 times. They ran the ball 59 times against Pittsburgh. And some of that might have been, they had a pretty sizable lead there in the second half. They might have just been milking the clock. But that's still a lot of rushes, right? So let's run it back one more time. We'll see the cornerback kind of blow this up, set the edge. But it's going to be important because you're going to see Virginia Tech come right back to that Seminole play in the next play. So let's run it back one more time. So this guy right here blows plat. The tight end misses the block. He makes a tackle for a loss. Great play there. Okay, so we're going to move right along to this particular play. And so this is a bit different, right? So you got this guy, your defenders here. We're going to go to the same side. This is the very next play now, 2nd and 13. They're going to pitch it to the running back and watch what happens. Okay. They're going to count on the running back to beat this end. I think that's the end. These two receivers double this guy here, and this guy takes this guy long. And so you're going to have all this space up here. The safety's going to come down. And you watch how physical this guy runs, though. Yeah, he's going to be that all night long. So Florida State better be ready to tackle. So again, this guy right here is going to go long. These two guys are going to double this guy. And so you're going to have a 1-on-1. And he trucks number 3. So even when it's 2nd and 13, Virginia Tech's not going to be afraid to try to run the ball. And again, you're going to see most of the stuff is going to be on the edge off the tackles. Very rarely did I see them run right up the gut. And of course, FSU stout up the middle, so you're probably going to see some similar things from Virginia Tech in this particular game. All right. So we're going to move right along here. Now, most of the passes, he was 12 of 19 in this game. Most of the passes are going to be horizontal type stuff, a few slants. They're going to get him out in the pocket. And he throws very well in the pocket. He's got a strong arm. You see that here in this particular play. This is 2nd and 12. And again, this is a place that Virginia Tech lived against Pittsburgh. It was 2nd and 12, 3rd and 9. I mean, a lot. And Virginia Tech converted a lot of these particular plays here. So this is a play action ball to this guy here at the bottom, I think it is. And this is a beautiful ball. You see he's there on the other side of the 50. And watch him let this ball go. It's 1-on-1 coverage, dropped into the basket for a touchdown. So again, it's 2nd and 12, and again they didn't go vertical often at all, maybe a couple of times. So that's something. If I were FSU, I would just count on my guy. I would count on my corners here, and I would trust my corners and keep my safeties in the run game here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lot of 3rd and shorts, frustrating conversions with them running a lot of read option, with two big physical guys, big quarterback, big running back, falling forward for 2 or 3 yards for a first down. So I would trust my corners with their receivers because their receivers aren't anything as good as what FSU's seen thus far, especially from like LSU. See that one more time. Yeah, he smoked him. Okay. So I mentioned that so it's 3rd and 4. So you're going to think, well, they're going to run the ball with a quarterback or hand it off to the running back. They will throw it on 3rd down. This is a little slant route that we saw Clemson eat up Florida State early in the first game with Klubnik. But watch how the cornerback here plays this. So this receiver, he doesn't really go out to create an angle. He kind of runs it flat. That allows the cornerback to stay right on his hip and break that up. If he comes forward and then goes across for the slant, he probably got it. See how it's almost like a drag route. But that just lets you know that, it's 3rd and 4. It is on Virginia Tech's side of the field. That they will throw it on 3rd down. So just keep that into the back of your mind there. All right. So I mentioned the quarterback having a strong arm and throwing on the run. This is 2nd and 10. Again, they lived in 2nd and 3rd long distances in this game. They're going to fake this to running back and roll them out. And again, a lot of their stuff was just crossing routes. Very rarely is it going to be vertical. It's going to be a lot of crossing routes, allowing him to kind of, throw to a target, so to speak. Watch this. Roll out, hit that guy. Boom. He got a strong arm, man. He's a big dude. Yeah, so keep that in the back of your mind there. So now, again, this is something to remember too. Virginia Tech's offensive line. Now, Pitt lost a lot of the guys on the D line. We know they're known for having good D line talent. And they lost almost all of their top dudes from last year. And these guys are still running through this Virginia Tech offensive line like it's Swiss cheese. I mean, they lived on the other side of the ball. Watch this particular play. Look. I mean, they had 12 tackles for a loss, and all of them were kind of that variety. So FSU should do a good job of getting this team in third and long. But again, the problem has been FSU hasn't been able to get off the field on third and long, right? So here's another tackle for a loss in this particular play. If I remember right, this linebacker here gets skinny and makes a play here behind the line of scrimmage. But watch, this safety's already triggering, right? So he's going to get skinny here. This guy here is going to come down, which is going to make if the guy doesn't make the tackle, he's going to be there and it's going to turn him back. Then you're going to see these linebackers here come down. So either way, they got this, nipping in the bud. This is actually beautiful, beautiful defense, even if he doesn't make the tackle for a loss coming down. So watch, he's going to come down and get skinny. This safety's crashing down, which is going to force him back inside to these linebackers coming down here. See how he's waiting right here. These two guys are coming. So either way, this is going for nothing. See it in real time. That's beautiful. Okay, now this is a play that we saw from Clemson. This is something almost identical to what Clemson likes to do in the red zone. Little read option with an option to keep it and run it in, or to hit the guy running out in front. You'll see that, something that a lot of teams will do with a dual threat quarterback. Hopefully, Virginia Tech's not in the red zone to do this or have the opportunity, but that's something they like to do. Now, I mentioned how big this quarterback is. This is 3rd and 1. This should be a tackle for another tackle for a loss. But you'll see how difficult this quarterback is to bring down. Look, got him dead to rights for a 5-yard loss. Whoop, get off me. Turns into a 6-yard gain in the first down. So, guys, FSU is not the only team that misses tackles and fails to get off the field on 3rd down, but they're going to need to do that on Saturday. Otherwise, it's going to be a frustrating day for Adam Fuller and FSU fans. All right, so we're going to move to this one here. So one thing that I mentioned this, in an earlier video. Anytime you can get pressure up the middle on any quarterback, it doesn't matter if it's a pocket guy, dual threat guy, doesn't really matter. If you can get pressure up the middle, that's going to give him very few options to do anything. Most of the time, it's going to result in a sack or what you're going to see on this particular play right here. So what happens here is this is a play where it's a one-read play. He wants to hit this guy right here, number 83, right? He's already looking over there. But these guys here get in the throwing lane. You see him kind of hesitate. And then once he hesitates, then the pressure's coming and it's too late. See that hitch? So it's actually a smart play by the quarterback to get rid of it and not take that sack. Because that'd have been like a 9-yard loss. Watch this hitch because this guy gets in the throwing lane to this guy right here. Actually, let's run it back one more time. This right tackle, this right tackle touches no one. Oh my gosh, this is shades like FSU 2020 right here. Watch this. He touches nobody. He's going to be standing there like, where did everybody go? Wow. So it's a nice little stunt by Pitt's defensive line there. Something to keep in mind. Maybe we'll see that from FSU. Although FSU's stunts seem like they take a long time at times. So let's go to this one here. So again, I mentioned that a lot of Virginia Tech's passing is horizontal. You don't see much vertically. Here's another one. So 2nd and 10. So something to keep in mind with FSU. Again, Pitt was living on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and so they use that aggressiveness against them. Ooh, that was nice. So see, he's going to leak out here. All right, so just keep that in mind. Again, this is a play where Pitt's defensive line just dominates and makes a play. But I wanted to point something out on this. Watch. This guy here shoots in. So this is what they did to protect against the read option here. This guy shoots in. Watch this guy automatically come down and be waiting in case he keeps it. Look at that. So if he gives, boom. If he keeps it, he's here. Watching in real time. It's a nice job by Pitt's defense. And let me say, Pitt turned the ball over like 3 times, and in which aided in Virginia Tech scoring the amount of points that they did. I think before this particular game against Pitt, they scored like 17 and 16 and maybe a high of 24, something like that. They're only averaging 5 yards per play on the season. So again, all of this production wasn't against Pitt's defense, so to speak. It was basically Pittsburgh's offense sucking with Phil Jerkovich back there seeing ghosts and just being the awful version of himself that he's been for the last 2 or 3 years, as I have been saying, even though some guys swore he was going to be an NFL draft pick. Can't believe everybody here. All right, again, this is the last video here. And again, 3rd and 13, not too much vertical. You're going to see this is a little swing pass out to the running back there. Swarm to the ball, make a tackle, get off the field. This safety, what does this remind you of? This safety's bailing crazy. Who does that remind you of? Why are you dropping back so deep? Oh, we can't have that on Saturday. We can't have that on Saturday. These guys are not going to go vertical like that. Yeah, he could have. Yeah. You can't bail that deep. That should have been like a 2-yard gain. Instead, he got like 5. And then 2, watch his safety's angle. Watch his angle. Watch his angle when he comes down. Look, he should be coming here. Instead, he goes, watch how passive he is. He don't want to tackle that big boy, man. He don't want to tackle that big boy. We got somebody on that's playing safety right now that does not want to tackle at all, much less somebody that's like that. So keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. So that is the Virginia Tech. That is the Virginia Tech offense for the most part. A lot of read option stuff, looking to get in third and short situations. So that the quarterback can run and fall forward for 2 or 3 yards for a first down, or hand it off to a big physical running back by the name of Tootin is his name, number 33. Like I said, much of the passing is going to be horizontal, very little vertical stuff. You might hit a slant route here and there, or roll him out of the pocket and get him to hit somebody on a crossing route. That's the extent of their offense for the most part. Again, he's not a Jaden Daniels where he's going to just run away from you, but he is a big physical guy that once he gets the steam ahead of kind of rolling, he's tough to tackle, and he's going to like I said, he's going to fall forward for a few yards. So the key to it is, like I said, I would just trust my corners in this one. And I would have my safeties coming down and make him beat me with his arm. If he can sit back there and hit guys, and one-on-ones all day against the corners, so be it. But I would rather do that than have them consistently in 3rd and 4, 2nd and 2, those situations when it puts them in a position to go forward on 4th down. Again, going back to the Boston College game, their coach went forward on 4th down way on their side of the field. Like 99.9% of the time, they're not going to do that. But they didn't have anything to lose, and he's like, it's a yard. We can get a yard. And so when you got a big quarterback like that, you may see that with Virginia Tech also. So if you can stay out of those situations where it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, near midfield, things like that, you're going to be in good shape. So again, that's the Virginia Tech offense. We'll see what Adam Fuller does. I know a lot of people, been giving him some heat on the first half of games, and even Mike Novell, kind of more than I recall, kind of spoke about the defense in the first half and then needing to get off to faster starts. So it'll be interesting to see what they employ out there in the first half against Virginia Tech. And, it's a game that FSU should win. They've faced multiple offenses like this in the past. So it should be nothing different. If Virginia Tech goes out there and has some success, scores, a couple touchdowns or 10 points in the first half, then unless it's just a lot of missed tackles, which is possible because again, these guys are big physical guys, then I would have some questions. So we'll see how it goes. Again, if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and like this for me, man. Give this over 100 again. And hopefully I'll have an opportunity to do some videos on the Virginia Tech defense, who looks to be, pretty physical, come downhill. They're coached by former FSU linebackers coach Chris Marv. And so that should bode well with FSU having, kind of knowing what he likes to do and things like that. Is he actually calling the plays on defense? I'm not sure. It could be, Brent Price, the head coach there, who coached Marv in college. So, we'll see what happens with that. But good opportunity for FSU to make a statement on Saturday afternoon and kind of give the media less fuel to throw those narratives out there that they're not a top team. But again, I'm going to be at the game on Saturday. I'm getting into Tally probably Friday afternoon, Friday evening. Would love to meet up with some of you guys. If you're going to be tailgating, let me know in the comment section what lot you're going to be at. Also, if you have any information on the best places to park, let me know that in the comment section. And again, make sure you like the video. And until next time, go Noles.